Hello you lovely people and welcome back to Thermo Mixing with G. So today I fancied some cake and I've got some lemons to use, and luckily for me on Cookidoo there's a lemon drizzle cake recipe. So let's make it together. So I'm going to start, it says to preheat the oven, I've done that already, and line a baking tray, I've also done that. So first step is to add some lemon peelings, so I've done that already, in they go. And it says 40 grams of caster sugar. So let's try and get that in. So let's go slowly. So that's 33 grams. We'll call it good because I don't really like that much sugar anyway. And next, and then it says to grate for 10 seconds at speed 10. So I'm going to put the lid on and let's go. That's finished. It smells divine. So it says scrape down the sides. So if you just look at that, it's grated it. So I'm going to scrape down the sides. There we go. Okay. And now it says grate for another 10 seconds. So on goes the lid. There we go. It says to give it another scraping down. There we go. And now it says to add 100 grams of caster sugar. So here we are. I'm going to call it 80. I like to use less sugar than the recipe states. Some 140 grams of softened butter, which I've got here. And 2 large eggs. So again, I'm going to crack straight into the bowl. I know people don't do that, but I do. So there we go. There's my 2 eggs. Next. And now it's going to mix that. And add flour and milk. So just to show you, mix that nicely. So we're going to add the flour. So it is self-raising flour. Let's just... There we go. And the milk, so 15 grams of milk. So let's give that a go. Okay, a little over, but I'm sure it won't matter. And then we're going to mix that. Okay, scrape down the sides. And another mixy. Okay, and then it says to transfer that to a tin. So bear with me and I'll do that and then I'll come back. Okay, so a quick tip. You've got butter stuck to the bottom of the blades and you want to get that off. The easiest way is to stick it on turbo for a second. So let me show you. I'm going to go out to my modes, turbo. So that's done that. And basically, it's flung all of the stuff off the blades and then you can put that into the rest of your mix. Okay, so I've put the cake in the oven. I'm going to check it after 45 minutes. So I'm going to set myself a timer. So all you have to do is swipe down. And then the timer function's there. And I'm going to set that for 45 minutes. And there we go. So I don't even have to set a separate timer. So then I'm going to go back to my recipe and click next while that's baking. So it says to clean the mixing bowl, which I've already done, and leave the cake to rest. So we're going to pretend that bit's done, and I'm going to get on with making the simple syrup. So let me get my bowl and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's make the syrup. So we've got to add the sugar. Okay. And then the juice from the lemons that we peeled earlier. So I've got that here. So I'm just going to shove that in. And then we're going to blend that. And that is it, really. So, you know, in under 10 minutes, we've got a cake. And when that comes out, all I'll need to do is pour this solution on top. And there's my lemon drizzle cake. So I will bring you back to see the finished thing. Hello! So it's out of the oven. I've got a cake skewer. You just need to put some dots in, and you can use a toothpick or whatever you've got, really, to be honest, a fork if that's all that you've got. But anyway, put some holes in, and then we're gonna whack this sugar syrup that we did earlier, and we're just gonna pour that over the top while the cake's still warm, by the way. So this is the lemon drizzle. It's making my mouth water. There we go. And then basically, that's it. So we've got to let that cool fully, and then we can eat it. So I'm going to cut a slice later and show you. But other than that, give it a go. So here we are. It's cooled. Let's have a look what it's like. So I'm going to cut a piece. Oh, wow. Look at that. It is super, super moist. Look at that. I'm going to give it a try. Definitely worth a go.